So I'm about to have a chat about managing anxiety in uncertain times, and I've got a dog staring at me like she's anxious. Maybe I'm not as successful at this as I thought I was, but anyway. So firstly, anxiety during uncertain times is normal, to be expected, part of the human condition. It's how we're wired. To go to anxiety, to go to fear, to go to uncertainty within us is very, very natural during uncertain times. What is not healthy is to have that continue day after day after day after day. For it to become the default position is not healthy. So the fear response is wired in us literally from our ancestors. We are supposed to have the flight or fight response. That is a normal response to uncertainty or to rapid change in our environment, which we have across the globe experienced. The moment we've assessed the risk and we're not in immediate physical danger, needs to kick into different gears. It needs to translate into, okay, I'm going to do this. It needs to translate into, okay, that means there's nothing I can do about it. It just needs to do its thing while I live over here and do my thing. It needs to translate into accepting we're in uncertain times. It needs to translate into something that serves, because to stay in that flight or fight response is to just be the victim or the hostage of that biological wiring we've got back in the day when we were physically at risk and had to stay alive. And the ones who could do that the best were the ones that survived. We live today because our ancestors were able to react really rapidly to a danger and survive. Generations after generations, hundreds of generations have been able to do that for you to live today. We're not in physical danger. So our brains can come down from red alert if we know how. And that's a really important conversation to have with ourselves. Is red alert really called for right now? I'm in my home, I'm safe, I've hand sanitized, whatever. I'm not letting people into my home unless they're family and they live with me, so only nuclear family stays here, or however you define that. There's no physical danger in this moment. So to stay at red alert or DEFCON 5 or whatever you call that is very unhealthy. It can weaken the heart. It increases blood pressure. It can cause other illnesses, and it can shorten longevity. There is real consequence to it. So the way to do it is, firstly, as I said, assess. Are we in physical danger right now? If you're not in physical danger, red alert's not necessary. The way to flip from lizard brain to cognition is to stop acting as if that feeling, that reaction, is reality. It is only a reaction to the uncertainty. That's it. I can be proactive about, if you're working from home, creating my workspace and making sure that gets done. I can be creative and proactive about homeschooling. Whatever your thing is, and obviously for every person on the planet, there'll be a different version of this reality. But in all of it, we can be proactive and navigate away. Feel a sense of uncertainty because something unexpected's happened to you, that's okay. It's when you live in it and it prevents you functioning and connecting in a loving, compassionate way with those around you, that's when it becomes problematic. So how do you gauge it? How are you connecting with yourself and those around you? Are you demonstrating self-care? Do you communicate in a kind, compassionate, and calm way to young people because they're taking their cues from you? Do you handle uncertainty in a way that there's a little bit of a the first moment, and then are you able to navigate to a calmer place and have a reasoned conversation about it and navigate proactively what you're going to do next? They're all the hallmarks of somebody managing their mind. So anxiety is inevitable. Living with it is absolutely something we train our minds and let our minds do. Now, our minds want to take over with anxiety. That instinctual, ancestral DNA part of us wants to run the show because it's primal and it kept us alive. It just doesn't realize that in this moment, as you're watching this video, the physical danger is not there. We have the capability and the wonderful gift of our minds. It's the greatest gift we have. We are the only species on the planet capable of this level of dexterity with our minds, and this level of adaptability, of compassion, of thought, and of managing ourselves. It's truly a prized gift to be treasured and to be utilized.